Now what happens if they ask you, okay, you see, this program will have a full spellings of these months. We don't want to use the abbreviation. Are you going to record a new macro? No. We know that. This is our macro. So we will quickly go and edit it. Yes, we can edit it. Why not? You see that? We can edit it. Now when you run this, look at this. So simple. I can edit my macro. So editing, you know how easy it is. I can just go and select that syntax and I can edit it. Once I'm okay with this macro, I can share this with my team. I can create a button here and that's it. Your team will never come here. They don't need this. This is for you. This is for us who are going to develop the code. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you one very important thing. Let me ask you. Let's see who catches this. Fundamental question, guys. I go here. Okay. I delete this for example. I'm not clicking here. I click on the developer and I click on the macro and I run this. Right? I can run this or not? Yes. Your answer should be yes. Okay. Very important point. I have another sheet also, right? Now this sheet is different sheet, and we always wanted that the macro should run on this, isn't it? But let's say I'm here, and now I want to go in the macro and I want to run this. Now what happens? What will happen? See this. I click on this one. There we go. What happened? Where is your bill? It generated on the new sheet. Is it correct? No. It's not correct. I mean, it can't be generated anywhere, man. There has to be a specific place. If I delete this, you have another sheet. And let's say you're going to now again hit on this, and let's say I run this. The first surprising thing is that it's very, not surprise. I mean, it's an odd thing that it's generated in the sheet 3. And then what is more worse that it's even coming back to the demo sheet once the macro is finishing. So how it happened? I mean, if you are on a demo sheet, then why it printed here? You want to see this again? See this. I'm here. I say macro fire. It's going in the demo, but it's printing here. Why? That's something we need to correct it, because it can't work on any sheet. There's a specific sheet for that. Now, first of all, who will tell me? Think on this. Come on, think hard. This is your code. What really is going wrong here? That's the fundamental I want to know from you. What is happening? Why it is running in every sheet? I'll tell you one thing more to your surprise. You see, this is a discussion sheet and here macro is printing 6. Correct? Now, if it is printing here, the bill invoice on the wrong sheet, is it actually printing the 6 here? Or that is also getting printed somewhere else? We would like to know it. Let's go and click on this. I click on bill invoice and I run it. Now, this is something wrong. Can we go back to the discussion? Now, why you have 6 printed in the discussion sheet? This is correct. This is correct. On a wrong sheet, for discussion sheet it is printing the number on the correct place, but for the bill invoice, it's using the current sheet reference. It's not using the demo sheet. But ultimately, when the macro is stopping, it's taking you back to the demo sheet. That's again one more trouble, right? One more confusing state. So now tell me, what do you think why this is happening?
We haven't gave a absolute reference of sheet.
Now, I'm not a technical guy. Don't give me absolute word. I get very confused.
Okay.
I'm a layman person. Explain me in a very simple language.
Okay, demo sheet haven't referred by us to that into that macro, that specific demo sheet.
Okay. So what is the solution then? You got it? You got it right. What is the solution?
Like,
Sir,
yeah,
Hmm.
go ahead.
sir, our first line should be sheets, then bracket and demo, and then select.
Very good. Good job, both of you. It's demo dot select. Because what is happening now, first you should ask me why this was not created by macro editor. Why I have to write it? Because if this is created, if this line, if this sheet is created, this syntax is created by my macro or not? If my macro could write this line, why it did not write demo.select and why I had to write it? Of course, I understand I can write it. It's just a 1 second game for me. But why it did not get recorded? This is what you need to understand. I'll tell you one very interesting thing, because you remember some few things, in your life, you remember for always, because that's where actually your learning starts. And you remember those things for that. This happened with me in 2005, I think, 2004 or 5. My manager was a champion in Excel. I have a huge respect for him. I mean, because of him, I was able to actually, uh, you know, uh, from my starting of my career till the time I decided that I will go into the training. He had a great influence in my life because of his uh, skills. Very polite, very honest, super duper hardworking person. So he was a champion in Excel, and he wasn't knowing the VBA, of course, but he was kind of creating some macros. So I was when I was introduced, to this company, and I started working under him. So my job was to basically work with Excel, and then I just somehow I got to know about this little bit of recording, and I recorded it, and I said that that I don't know when I record it and I run the macro, it goes somewhere else. What is the reason, sir? So he said, I don't know the reason, but when you record the macro, you always click on the sheet first, right? So I said, but when I record the macro, why I need to click on the sheet? Because if I'm recording, I'm already on that sheet, sir. Why I need to click? If I have to record this macro, let's start this, record the macro, let's say. I'm recording it now, see this. So if I'm here, as per him, click on the demo. And as for me, why? I'm already on demo. Why I need to click on that? Doesn't make any sense. Then he said, no, you do it. Then the macro will work. I said, okay, no problem. So I click on this. I'm clicking now on this. Okay, I clicked here. And now I go and write here something called 78. And then if I have to go to any other sheet, I have to definitely click on that. There is no other option, right? So I go here and I say 89. And I come back. Now let's see the macro. Stop the recording. What happened? Now see this. There will be a new macro generated in the same module, right? So before you ask me that every time you record the macro, is my Excel VBA going to create a different module? No. It will use the same module which it has created until you reopen this file. If you reopen this file and record a macro, there will be a module 3 inserted. Till the time this file is open, you are recording 100 macros, all will go in the same module like this. So here we have our macro 2, and now you see that you have a sheet name. Getting the point, right? So when I recorded the bill invoice, I never clicked on the demo sheet because I was on the demo sheet. So why should I click? But for macro you have to do it. Now since you have now know so much about this, you will say I don't give a damn, sir. I don't really care because I now know even if I forget, I will go and write here. What's a big deal, sir? Can I not write it? Oh, you can. If you forget, it's okay. You just go and write the syntax, but you should know it. The point is this, right? So that's why this syntax was not generated because I was here. So why would I click on this demo? We don't do that. And that's because of the reason that when the sheet is not selected and you starting with the range A1, now range A1 can belong to any sheet in Excel. They all have A1. That's the reason when I was here and I was clicking on the macro, what was happening? It was picking the A1 of the sheet. And then it was printing the month here. That's the reason. And now, why then at the last you were coming back on the demo? Because in our macro, the last line is demo.select. That's why you're coming back on the demo sheet. But still you are not getting the data. Okay, so this sort of thing we need to understand. Now, next time when you record, you can click. If you don't click, it's okay. Just go and use this line, right position. Who does not understand this, please let me know. Okay, now let's talk about something more interesting. Remember these skills we are just going to create a very powerful project. We will go and compile the data from one sheet to another sheet, and there these all skills are going to be used. You know what is dynamic, what is static, or if the sheet name is missing, why it is missing. Okay, so you need to understand everything.